Hello, hello everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody has a coffee. Let's kind of like spend some time together and wait a few more minutes for other people to just join us. Oh my gosh, Australia, hello. Where are you guys from? Tell me. I want to know. Hi Camilla. Hi the Empress. Kanzanter, Chantana, Ivy, Josh, Melinda. Hey Melinda, how are you? Hope everything is going well. I know it will. You have a great energy. Nicole, hi Lulu. Kit Kat, I love your nickname. Hi Daria. Florida, Houston, Philippines. Oh my gosh, Palm Springs, California. Okay, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Florida. Lots of Americans in Australia. Any other, oh, what am I talking about there? It's like Philippines over here. Melinda did a wonderful reading. Rashwan, thank you. I'm so glad. Like, I mean, you guys are so meant to be together. New York, Bay, California. Happy Saturday. Cape Floral, Florida. Oh my gosh, you guys, like I'm going to send you a Vancouver. I used to live in Vancouver, Boston. I used to live in Boston too. So excited for today. So, guys, like my annual horoscopes are still full price for another 10 days. And I might give them on a slight discount after that. So what are we doing today? Hi Barbie. Oh my gosh, Barbie, I love your Facebook stuff. I love like I still didn't figure out how to allow other people to post. I don't know if they kind of like it. Middle East. Where from are you, Caro? Cairo? Astrology and Spirituality, Washington, D.C. Good gosh, you guys are hotbed of peace in the world. So I was thinking today to do a little bit of Lenormand. And I know this is not everybody's favorite, but since it's like about 50 of us over here, I thought, ooh, Jordan, nice. I thought to kind of like, let's have this reading and let's kind of like see how the few of us that are here kind of like have whatever, it's coming up for a week. I took some time off to kind of like recuperate. Hi Silver, and then we can go from there. But before I start with Lenormand, for all of the people who will view this video, and I'm not going to be that long today, and I'm going to just do a super quick tarot reading. And this is for those of you who are wondering, this is called Maybe Lenormand. Actually, it has extended. I should probably add it to my site. I haven't yet. And just give me about half an hour after the reading. I will add it over there so you can order it if you want to. Lenormand Tarot, Witch's Brew, approved. Thank you, Josh. Okay. And I'm actually thinking, and I don't know if you guys know how long have you been, you know, coming to my channel. I used to have Sapphire Dreams channel that YouTube just deleted, and they said, well, you know, I cannot use Sapphire Dreams, etc., etc. So I might actually have another channel which is going to be a twist on basically tarot. It's going to be pretty much coaching, but more or less kind of let's kind of chat kind of a thing. Okay, the Empress. I will actually today make an exception. I will ask some questions at the very end, but for now let me do this, just a few cards for everybody. Aloha, aloha. Cool, Melinda. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, are those messages? I think they are. I totally know what this is all about. And don't get scared with so many negative cards. Knight of Wands reversed. The Magician. Two of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Cups. Ten of Swords reversed. And Six of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like that at least a few of us over here are dealing with how to handle things, how to create this magic, because this is sort of like a central card. And we have like 1 and 10. So there is like some kind of like shift happening. And I think that shift is happening where maybe we have been very emotional over something, maybe even either cheating or like life and other stuff were not in balance. And we like literally look at this like we have like these 2 cards of balance, and this could be work related, it could be life related, but it could be also money related. Like I think we here collectively are going to kind of like go in a completely different direction, almost like looks like we are abandoning the old ways. And yay, this is really great, because I think year number 11 is really going to push many of us in kind of like new directions. Okay, cycles ending. Yes, I think this is great. We are actually, so just think about that. We always kind of like bitch, right? That, oh my gosh, this happened to me, this happened to me. And honestly, I kind of like catch myself so many times doing that. And this is why I'm thinking I'm going to cover on your channel with completely kind of like that kind of stuff. Oh, Jennifer. But you know what? Let him go. Just let him go. It is like, honestly, I don't know how high somewhere in the tarot. I don't know I come in about you guys, but if for me that energy flow breaks when I'm with someone, either they cheat, which is to me like deal breaker, or oh, don't say that, Jennifer, or they do whatever, something, right, that I find like I just cannot deal with it. I'm just like, I'm just out. Okay. Let's see for the viewers, what is up for us the next week? Wow. Overall energy, temperance, but there is a caveat, the sun reversed. And then also we have the King of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Well, sheesh, lots of energies over here. And guys, I would really like if you can just give me your live feedback, so that way we just go with it, so I can just really tell whose energy is coming through. The Star reversed, Aquarian energy, healing energy, maybe something has been hopeless. Some of you were hoping for maybe reuniting with someone, maybe even having a baby, but it kind of like things just like really didn't do that. And is anybody here that can be a moderator? Melinda, can I make you a moderator? And just like if the new people show up, just tell them this is like for everybody reading, so they know they're not lost. Oh my gosh, what did I do now? What did I do? Are you still there? All of a sudden the reading is gone for me, and I hope it isn't. Where is it? My channel? Oh, give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to see if I'm still streaming, because my browser closed down. Okay, there I go. Perfect. Thank you, Melinda. I have a new mouse. So, bottom line, Temperance is a great card. And it says Stream Health Yellow. Okay. Why is the Temperance a great card? Because it's saying that everything is possible. We can kind of create things. We can merge very different things. So if you have, if we have sort of anything that is completely out of balance, we will strive to put it in balance. We will strive to kind of like make it work. Maybe we are going to see things a little bit differently. Maybe we're going to realize how little it takes for us to have this rainbow and this happiness. And we are not going to have this old thinking, because it looks like we went down the rabbit hole, something that kind of like got us stuck, and maybe we were disillusioned, we were sort of like really fed up, and we're waiting just to do whatever we want to do, and it just like didn't happen. And we kind of like fell in that trap of thinking in black and white terms, right? So let's see. This is just a mini Celtic spread to see what happens. For some of us, we are still reminiscing, and I get it. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys. For me, the beginning of this year was hard because I really worked so much in December just to make up, and I had this annual and monthly, and I just like pretty much collapsed. So this is kind of like now going in a good space, thinking about it. This is going to be sort of like this feeling of melancholy, sort of this feeling like when you go to this place where you had the butterflies in the stomach. If you're dating somebody for quite a while, or you're not dating yet, it's going to like really give you like this new good feeling about this person. However, this kind of like new things are based on the things that didn't work, that kind of like made you kind of like frozen in the past. Because just like the woman that we had there in Eight of Swords, this one as well has this blindfold. And so maybe it was something we didn't want to see. Maybe it was something that we couldn't see, right? So right now, there are boundaries. And I can tell for me, oh my gosh, you know, recently I had this issue where something happened to me that I had to question why that whole situation came to my life. And it was about boundaries. You have to know how to establish your boundaries as well as how to respect the other people, and like really be very strict about it. I think this is the key to success. And don't be sloppy about that. Like, don't think that, oh, you know what, like I'm in a cleaning lady and then just like she goes around. Like, no, you have to really do everything properly. And I think things are going to line up. And hello, somebody is on the horizon. King of Cups. This is a cool guy. And it might not be one of those flamboyant guys like King of Wands, who is like kind of like sexy, or King of Pentacles, who has big muscles. This fellow is a quiet guy. It's kind of like a B-type personality, but it's kind of like really sweet. And then his power is noticed in relationship, because some of us value guys who can be there for us when we need this. Rise up. This is for this week. I am going to be doing like monthly readings probably later on today, right? Queen of Cups in reverse is being like overly sensitive and being overly naive. So, Lenormand, next. Okay, Lenormand. Let's focus on the energy on the people. Energy on the people. And bring me all these items. Look, there is a guy coming out, so we will see what role he plays. Lenormand. I'm not going to go through each sign because, okay, let's talk about that. Tarot is, when I do the signs, I simply usually signs are going through the similar energy, so it is much easier for me to do that. You basically get even more like when I do reading like this one, because about 70 people watching versus like 2,000 people. So the energy can actually resurface much better in this way. So signs are not that important in tarot. Like, I'm just simply using the signs to kind of like really detect the energy easier. But that's why some readers, you will see them far earth, right? So they go even kind of like more basic, because it's still kind of like very valid. That's right, Melinda, you're awesome. Okay. The King of Wands in reverse is the one who is full of it, who kind of means well at the moment, but he is not, he kind of forgets to tell you, for example, that he has a girlfriend. Okay, let's start. Let me put the cards down and see what we have. Well, we are starting with Clover, which is good. I think we are, like many of us are thinking kind of long term. Oh my gosh. I think, oh, look at that. We and a partner sort of like kind of looking the other way. Why is that? Repairing the communication over here. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, Sagittarius usually have issues. Sagittarius are really good people, but the problem for me, because I'm a fixed sign, is like when I say something, it is that way. Literally, like, I mean, I would feel really, really bad, or would try to really make up for maybe not meeting my commitment. If I say I'll show up, I'll show up. Like with some people, this kind of is a loosey-goosey kind of like definition. And so only fixed signs really have that, but that's maybe also very rigid as well, because I also hate being late in anywhere, right? So, all right. Guys, this is not a private reading. For private reading, yeah, you can get private reading, because ultimately this is really hard to answer this question, and I don't want to make 60 people wait for somebody to get their private answer. So I will take at the very end or maybe quick question if I see that something is getting, but let's see. Alrighty, let's see what we have over here. This kind of is interesting because I cannot really see much in the future, but then again, this is like a very, this is only 1 week, so it can actually work like without it. We can actually use runes later to clarify that. So for women out there, like maybe you plan to communicate with someone and that is not coming through. Maybe there were government issues. Maybe you have received a tax bill. Maybe it could have been gossip in certain kind of respects. The interesting thing to me is like, and I don't know if anybody here is dealing with a third party over here, because I kind of like see that, because the woman is residing in the house of the snake, and it either something happened in the past that kind of like made this relationship sort of like tumultuous, because we have here in the same line the cross, the clouds, the mountain, and the mice. Holy moly, all of these kind of like negatives. But then the situation is coming to an end, and there's like still kind of issue with heart issues. Well, not with health issues, sort of like with how is love perceived, right? Because in this particular card, and this is, well, it's a good thing that you and a partner are meeting in the house of the key. Especially, I think somebody's coming across who has a long-term relationship, and it could be a partner who has a child here. But like fox in the house of the heart kind of like worries me a little bit. It's somebody who is very light on their feet, right? It could have like that brownish, reddish complexion, but they also can be kind of like a manipulative or duplicitous, right? But not harmful, because sometimes it's just somebody who is just like too mouthy for their own good, right? He snuck off with someone else. I guess, Jennifer, your energy is really coming through. But the good news here is like that this is the house of the cross. So what is karma saying is that you are really, really stabilizing, that certain things are going to come to order. Like, because this simply means lots of things are kind of like turning, just like what I saw the switch. So because you have the key right next to each other, if you guys can, if you have a mate, or you want to meet someone, or you want to kind of discuss things with someone, it would be good to kind of like go for, let's call it mini trip. Or this also can mean literally distance. have some distance, kind of create some distance and see basically what happens. So that can be vacation, but it doesn't have to be. It can just like be simply kind of like, let's just kind of like go on a drive in the country, right? But this is telling me that maybe some of you had really deep longing for someone, maybe because they're like long distance, but that sort of like is coming to an end. And I think you're kind of like trying to find a solution to that situation, or it could be just like simply somebody who is a foreigner that had some kind of like say, especially if you were doing some kind of business about it. We'll see. I will clarify here something. He admitted cheated earlier this month. I don't know what is with people. Don't we have any morals anymore? Like, what's the point of relationships? I don't know. I'm old-fashioned, so I just want to see a few things over here. Yeah, what the heck is this? It's not something that I want to see. And this is falling in the house of the garden. So guys, somebody from the past might be reappearing, but might be reappearing saying, hey, you know what are you doing? Wink, wink, tonight, kind of a thing. 3, 4. And women will be running in some kind of issues with a third party. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see that. Yeah, I think women over here will be definitely talking about, okay, if we want to move forward, it has to be one-on-one. And it's going to be definitely discussion, or was a discussion about the relationship and maybe about another party involved here. Somebody wants to medal for doing a good thing over here, for settling down. And this is kind of like weird. This should be kind of like a product of sort of like sailing into this kind of situation. You know what? I think something has been false, and solar eclipse. I will talk about solar eclipse later. Something has been false, and somebody was giving us something that we were basing our future on, and it was a lie. We are watching a partner. This is not going to be a really completely easy transition next week, I have to tell you. Something has happened that made us wonder in which direction we want to go. And what is this about? But again, I'm seeing movement. So it's kind of like very confusing, because on one hand, I see partners moving toward each other, but on the other hand, I see partners moving away from each other. So I'm wondering if these are just like combined energies of everybody over here. So I'll do it a little bit differently. Good luck, good days coming, wink, wink. Moving. Yeah, this definitely talks about moving, but be very careful, because this is falling in the house of the mice. So I don't know, being careful, that actually could be good. When coffin falls in the house of the mice, that means that some issues that were very persistent are just going to stop. And it's just like basically telling like, how do you really need to establish yourself about that in the future. We have no chance. He'll have no chance with married woman. Guys, and if you're in the third party situation, you know that's kind of like really easy way to get rid of it, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. You probably want to know about what he's thinking, where he's at, etc., etc. So let's focus. I'm going to use entire deck now. What is going on in the person they're inquiring about life? Again, there is like this some kind of like moving energy, observing energy. So you guys, maybe either you're stalking the partner, or they're like checking you out. So I had issues with my internet recently, because I have like this reports like sent to me how much of usage I have, and all of a sudden I noticed that my usage was huge. So anyway, they found somebody really tapping into my network. Thank you, Zaraya. Very sweet of you. Okay, what else can you tell me about this person? What else can you tell me about this person? Are you dealing with the guy who has certain health issues right now? If not, then you're dealing with someone who might have legal issues and who's kind of like really stressed under weight of problems. Current situation for this person could be a really difficult. Yes, that could mean mental health as well. And this could mean even hospitalization. It could also actually mean prison, to be really honest with you. Now, this person is like really wondering if, because the question was like really what he feels toward you, and there is like this duality, like what do I do? Do I really want to be this person? And you guys are being observed, because honestly, he is thinking about possibly being something like really special, or something really true, like going in a really true commitment. And I see that it's going to be some kind of like mini trip, mini kind of like thing going on. Why are they cutting their heart? I think currently I see that the energies over here are of a man who maybe currently doesn't want to commit. This is simple, like really he's cutting his heart and something healthy, and he's going to realize this is not possibly the way to go. Yeah. And he has to resolve the heavy smoker. That I see, like when I see heavy smoker, right? So I think this is what's going on here. This person is like so confused, and honestly, I really do think these are like more or less mental problems. Somebody who is really disappointed, somebody who is really disillusioned, and somebody who is very scared right now moving forward. But like moving forward, they really kind of like plan. You see, again, the cats over here, and like I love cats, as you know, but here they have negative meaning. So here is basically saying they're like kind of wondering if this commitment is basically a false thing, but at the same time they're hoping for it, and they kind of like think it's going to make them lucky, especially if a child is involved. And it's showing me that like I'm not streaming for some reason, so hopefully this is kind of continuing. This is really strange. Pisces. And look, and actually just wanted to clarify him. You ladies are on this guy's minds, that's for sure. So like the fact that they're even thinking is a good thing. But look at the mess. Imagine being in their heads, what kind of like mess of questions are going. And now let me do the ladies. Yeah, I think he's thinking about commitment, and it's like, did you ever see the cat trying to kind of like get to food? Like Safi is eating her food by tapping in the juice and then licking it off. So kind of like really careful not to put it too deep. So I want to see over here for ladies. Ikra, this is not a personal reading. Feel free to contact me via my website and book one. Sex addict who, you know what, there is no such thing as sex addict. It's such a thing as jerk. Okay, for ladies, let's see. Handicap adult child we have. That's kind of like how it sounds. Okay, for us ladies, we are thinking whole bunch of things. Again, we again have it here. See, you cannot escape it. He had that like choo-choo train, and we have this like distance. Either we kind of like we feel that some kind of distance was created, or literally distance is a factor over here. Love is kind of on our mind, but I think also dating is on our mind, right? So looking for something like, I mean, somebody not spectacular, but we are kind of changing terms how we look at life. We want loyalty, we want romance, and yet we want this relationship to be very cozy, like something that it doesn't have to be really high maintenance, right? So, and we want to settle down. This is kind of like really weird, because in the gentleman's reading, like this, like it's completely opposite over here, because we already know what we want and how we want it. But this is falling in the same kind of like house where they had the ring. Now, there are issues with money or employment, or maybe health needs to be kind of addressed. Like gentleman had a clover, which is kind of like a small like. It's something that, oh my gosh, you know, like, I mean, I didn't have to dial 10 times and got something right away. But this is a bigger luck, and this is where we are heading. So this is really, really, really good. So now, here is the health issue as well, but this is not exactly as it was. Like, so here it's telling me that money health has to be addressed. So ladies, budgets are really going to be important to put together, right? Kabita, they always leave with reason. This is like no such thing that somebody just leaves without reason. And it's sometimes they don't want to tell you, sometimes you don't see it, and guys are not as mouthy as we are, like, and we have between the left and right brain, like, I mean, way more connections. I think, like, I mean, 70 versus like they have like 4 or 5. So hence, you know, they feel stuck in communication, but always there is a reason. And again, this is not really getting a medal for setting a budget, but I think for some of us here online, kind of figuring out how we are going forward in terms of what is doable, what is not doable, kind of like reassessing where the money leaks. It's going to really actually help us really, really long term. It's going to be like found money. And this actually can say that that money can be set aside and kind of like be used productively. And let me see what else I want to see. I want to see this infatuation, because this is not necessarily the best one. It's better to see heart, right? Yeah, this is, be very careful. There is like a difference between infatuation and love. And this is really telling me that, and I think this is what he is doing, like asking himself, is this permanent, or is this like something that is right here, right now? Because you ladies, some of you want commitment, but this is really not love. This is sort of like, hey, I kind of like how he makes me feel right now, but you still don't know fully about the character. You still didn't check if he's loyal. You still didn't know if he's like the person who will make you happy being around you for a long period of time. Who is a neuroscientist in the house? Okay, let me look back into this reading. Protected, codependent. So what I'm going to do next, guys, I'm going to actually take, what is this, 34 minutes. I'm going to take only a few minutes and only one card reading. Questions. Let's see. Questions. Now I'm going in the individual, and this is exception, guys, because I don't believe in these things. Okay, so since I don't have the question, let's ask this. What are going to be the best possible way to be happy in love for the people watching? Interestingly enough, we have Five of Cups reversed. We have Page of Cups reversed. And we have King of Swords. So this is telling me, let's not base our future on the past. And we are able to think and discern what is good and what is not good. If this is Libra birth meeting, that's it. That's Libra showing up. Just like this is saying that we have to work on our own baggage, and that's all there is. Because King of Swords is actually a really cool fellow. King of Swords is like very Libra-like, very composed, kind of like really brave, and kind of like, yeah, love star, you can actually really get the clarity. Waiting to commit by the end of the month. What else did they have? Is a Sagittarius? I'm dating, going to commit to me. Okay, Joanne, let's see. No, he's like not sold yet. He's like finding this is kind of like really difficult, and you guys need to work on your communication over here. Next question, guys. Will love show up in my life, Barbie? Okay, let's see, Barbie. Will love show up? Oops. And this jumped out and flicked. And the red side is up. So let's see when I bring it on the table. Barbie. Okay. I see now why that reading was like a little bit confusing for me today. The Chariot is always kind of like talking about battle, like you need to fight for yourself. So this tells me that you cannot just sit and wait. You really have to do your own thing, because the Chariot, he kind of puts everything possible. So you have to take precautions, and not so much precautions, not the best word. You have to get dressed. You have to get out. You have to meet people. You have to join the websites. You have to put your profile. You have to communicate. This is a trouble. It could be somebody long distance. This could be somebody who just going to sweep you off your feet. And it could be Cancer as well. And the answer, yes, but you have to do your own work and you have to fight for it, because Chariot, obviously, right? The charioteer, like, I mean, is the one who is sent in battle and he has no fear. So literally set this as a goal and just like go for it, right? Okay, somewhere in time, Tarot Cat, waiting on money by end of the month. But what is the question? Is abundance coming soon? Come on, guys, don't ask me questions like that. This maybe you mean like, I mean, is your financial situation okay? Rise up. Will there be reconciliation with my ex Cancer? I don't think this is like a really yes or no question, but I can check. After rise up, no, and I think he's with somebody else. Am I getting all the support to move to Seattle? Okay, love star. Someone wants to come. No. And this is kind of like really upsetting you. You're kind of like wondering why something is not going on. And you have to ask people to communicate, because all the elements are already out there. Like everything is out in the open. You just have to connect the dots. Leon, does your first love Pisces feel the same way? Oh, Silver Luna, thank you. Silver Luna. Not sure. 5 of Wands is undecisive. It's saying like their communication is an issue. So I really cannot answer. So Silver Luna, should I stay or leave? And you've got 3 cards. It's saying that for now you should try to do everything you still can. The 3 of Pentacles is like teamwork. It's kind of trying to make it work. It's trying to continue with this. But at the same time, don't be too intense about it, because if you go into that and trying to win and there are arguments, then eventually you'll have to decide to leave. Because look, you have 2 swords and then you have Pentacles. So swords are always talking about kind of how we process things, how we feel it, right? So It's telling you definitely turn every stone. Try to continue for a while and see if you can create and find that special chemistry. And don't be foolish about it. Be a little bit distant. Give yourself enough time and rest and space to kind of take care of yourself. But if someone is not really transparent with you, then it will be time to address it, because especially if you have arguments and somebody wants to win. Okay. Should I change work, Clara White? No. And the reason why you shouldn't change work and having the Hangman is like you still have to figure out what you want to do. You still have to figure out what are your strengths, and then it's going to be a better time. Okay, welcome, Jennifer. Where will my son end up at college, Cat? Well, that I cannot tell, because tarot doesn't work that way, that it can give you the answer for college. Vera, let's see. Any card for Vera? You have Knight of Pentacles, Vera. I don't know which sign you are, but definitely Knight of Pentacles and Chariot are two only cards that have the Black Horse. So it's basically saying that somebody might come through that you just like didn't expect. And that person is not necessarily going to be, let's say, flamboyant. He might be a little bit, he might have a good body though. He might really be dedicated to his fitness, but this person is going to be kind of like slower in how he's going forward. This person is going to be very good with money. It might be an earth sign. So things will start to progress, not very fast, but you might also, unless you're an earth sign, or you're Leo, okay, you might find this person boring, to be really honest with you, because I'm not saying earth signs are boring. I'm just saying for Leo, you kind of like this people to wine you and dine you, but this person is going to be somebody who is like a hidden gem, and like, so you have to give somebody just extra time and kind of like start looking in this kind of like guys, and they're going to, when they kind of open up like Lotus, they will actually be exactly the way you want them to be, because I think they think that you would never want to go for them. And this is like how they are showing up, and that's why they're hiding. That's why it's the Black Horse. Hi, Sandrine. Scorpio Sandrine getting, is Scorpio Sandrine getting the messy Virgo? Ooh, that's a weird question. No, you're not getting messy Virgo. Like there is like some kind of choice. You're really kind of going to make a choice with your kind of like plus and minus kind of like things. Oh, Caro, will your Cancer ex contact me soon? You know, these guys, these are kind of really hard. This is really hard to answer this kind of questions, because they're really not yes and no, Caro, but let's see what comes up for you. No, I don't think so. I think, Caro, somebody else will be coming in your life. I'm sorry to ask, are you dating women or men? Because it's kind of confusing that they got King of Wands. So maybe man is going to be very, maybe man is going to really play a role. So it could be that somebody through men, somebody's contact your Cancer ex, or if you are dating men, then somebody completely new is coming in your life. And one more question. Should I focus on work or relationship this year, Teresa? Should Teresa focus on work or relationship? What basically happened to you? You're going in a new phase, Clarissa. You're coming back to something that you loved. Was that relationship or was that work? Because you're having two earth cards, and that can mean both, to be really honest. And this is basically just saying that you have to just like deal with things that are just like really in front of you. Hi, Brenda. And kind of like you already have made this decision and just let go with that. Okay, Melinda, since you help, you get your question. What does the future look like for faithfulness. Your future look like? What does Melinda's future look like for faithfulness? Oh my gosh, you're getting like these two things. So he is coming back and he's becoming your king. And King of Wands upright is a cool king. He kind of like likes to date. He's fiery. He's good in bed. And it's a pretty good thing because this card is a card of going away. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like the star card. 8 are connected to star card. The healing has to take place. So somebody or something that walked away, it's coming back and he's becoming your king. Okay, guys, and I'm picking up advice for all of us. And hopefully I'll be able today to do some monthlies. Okay, for everybody, for everybody. Oh no, the X is a Sag. No, King of Wands technically is not a Sag. That would be Knight of Wands if I really want to go astrologically. King of Wands is somebody kind of like with stable energy who wants to stabilize relationship. And actually would be a Leo if you really read. Okay, this one wants to come out. So what did we get? Higher power, guys. Awesome. I love it because honestly, I'm going through this. I don't know about you guys. I'm going through lots of things in my life that are just telling me that I need to communicate differently. Hi, Sevi. Come on, say hi to everybody. Come on, Sevi. Hello. What? Do you love everybody here? Say hi. Okay. Hey. Hi, Sevi. Why is she not? Okay. All right, higher power, it says here. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which this higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Oh my gosh, this is just exactly what I wanted to tell you. Ask, what is the highest good for all and how can I serve? Then get out of your own way, and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can even know. You're always protected and divinely directed. So I will read to you also relationship message. And like, you know, I was just about to tell you, what up, you pretty girl? You pretty girl. I love you. You're bringing good luck to everybody. Thank you for waking up for us. So guys, like, I mean, this is a general for everybody right now. And so I don't know about you guys. I'm simply going to go this year all about kind of finding a different way to communicate. And like there's like this third eye waking up over here in how kind of like to do things. And I'm wondering if this is kind of like new expression because I don't know if you can see it. There is, come on, Safi, you cannot give them the behind in the face because here we can see this kind of a complete rebirth happening. So let me give you relationship message over here. A relationship message is this. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your #1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. And then for those of you who were asking legal or prosperity messages, is this. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with Spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. So let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you're being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Now, guys, remember how I kept seeing the distance card over here? I think this is what it is. We will just kind of like look at things from the outside, and we will just imagine, like, what if I'm just seeing myself in this situation from the outside, and how would I really react if I'm just like I'm in passenger and looking at the situation. So this is what is telling me we will actually probably react in this entire situation differently. So that is my date with you today, guys. And Brenda, anytime, I just love it. I'm going to get a little bit more active. I'm just trying to see how I will reposition this channel, not to run myself in the ground as I did, but at the same time, I really want to kind of like have people who will be able to take what I give them and kind of like do their homework versus just like, you know, very mundane questions. So thank you everybody for being here, guys. I wish you all a happy reading. Thank you, Melinda. Awesome for helping, and I wish you all the best. So guys, have a wonderful time. And if you really want a private reading with me or get some answers, contact me, because in January I'm doing this special. You are basically getting a really fast turnaround. So if you order, let's say, regular reading, you're going to get rush reading, so which means within 7 days. And if you order basically like rush reading, then you're going to get urgent reading. And if you order urgent reading, you're going to get it within 24 hours. Okay? Love you, everybody. Safi, say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. You pretty girl. You pretty girl. You pretty girl. Love you guys. Have a great day. Okay? Bye. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Jeff? What's up, Jeff? Did you want to say hi to everybody? Huh? I love you, my girl. My pretty girl. Bye, everybody.